Time to welcome Thi Nguyen. She is a geologist by trade. She has a Bachelor and Master of degree in Earth Science from the University of Melbourne. She has 10 years industry experience across exploration, underground production, and resource geology, specializing in narrow vein gold systems while working for companies such as Newcrest, Kirkland Lake Gold, Northern Star, and Evolution Mining. Thi has been a data mine for over 2 years and supporting our products like Studio RM, Advanced Estimation Supervisor, and RM. Welcome, Thi. Yeah, there she goes.
All right, good morning everyone and welcome to this presentation on Unlocking Studio RM. We are going to have a look at a few features that we released in the last 12 months. I'm Thi. I might have answered one of your support questions in the past. If I gave you the right answer, great. If I gave you the wrong one, whoops, my bad, sorry. Today I get the great privilege of talking about Studio RM because I want to, not because I have to. In this presentation, we will be covering what is Studio RM, what's new, a couple of tips and tricks, and what to expect in the next 12 months. A little bit about Studio RM for those that don't know what it is, but hopefully you all do. It would be a bit strange if you didn't. I mean, like, why are you even here? Besides the other cool products we have on offer, like Ore Controller and Studio Geo, that we've got a great line of people who will talk about that afterwards. RM is our bread and butter package of our geological suite. This product services all the major workflows, processes, what we do across the geological cycle from data acquisition, interrogation, validation, drill hole planning and tracking, wireframing and estimation, just to name a few. We are currently on version 2.1. I'll repeat that one more time, 2.1. So if you're not on 2.1, let's say you're on 1.12, 1.13, strongly suggest you just make the hop across. It's not that bad. If you're sitting on 1.10, 1.11, we're not mad, we're just sad. And if anyone in the crowd is sitting on a version before 1.10, help us help you. Please upgrade. And if you can't upgrade for whatever reason, may the force be with you. So what's new? Bit of a leading question in this one. A lot of things. Our developers have worked very hard over the last 12 months to deliver a bunch of improved and new features for us to use. Just to name a few, we have updated our estimation process. It's better, faster, cooler, stronger. We have included additional processes and functionalities to upgrade the dynamic anisotropy workflow, so it's a bit more transparent, not so much of a black box. We have improved integration between complementary products. There are better tools to assist with rendering, interrogation of your visual data. We have a brand new drill hole importer where you can link up to your database. Joe White, our consultant, will be elaborating on this later during the day. We've got a new tool where you can easily display your downhole structural data. Plotting has improved, which I'm sure everyone here loves to do. No need to print screen. Who does that anymore? And I'm sure you've noticed the new interface in Studio RM 2.1. And if you haven't, you will when you upgrade, because you will. I won't go through everything because it will take forever, and I'm keen for morning tea. But I will focus on the first 3 items on the list. So Concrete DA and the Studio product integration. If you want to know about the other stuff, come find us. We're happy to have a chat. Let's talk about Concrete. So this is our new estimation process and it supersedes Estima. This process is multi-threaded, so this processing speed increases by the number of cores you have on your computer. So if an estimation is taking 24 hours to run an estimate, that same estimation in CodeCreek with a computer of 8 cores, that will now take 3 hours. So this time save will allow you more opportunities to run iterations of the same estimation, test in a timely fashion different parameters to find the best estimation combination for your deposit. This process also allows you to run multivariate estimations. CodeCreek includes a bunch of awesome options such as setting up soft boundaries, high load yield restrictions, spits out additional output fields that you can select so it auto-populates slope regression, kriging efficiency, and many more. You have the option to include more than 3 searches in your estimation, and there are additional parameters included that you can use to have more control of the sample selection in your search. Now, onto the DA workflow. This is a bit of a big one. So, once upon a time, in a world far away, before RM 2.1, when you were setting up your estimation to include DA, if you wanted to validate how your search ellipse was moving in the estimation, it was doable, kind of tedious, and in my professional opinion, took a little bit longer than necessary. So I would like to introduce to you DA ellipse. This process allows you to input point or model data, and it generates a file with a grid of ellipses that allow you to validate your dynamic search. So what used to be a really annoying and tedious thing to do can be done quite easily. So if you're running DA, part of the validation workflow, we, Datamine, strongly recommend users include this. So you want to really use this to check your outputs from INASWANG and also the block model estimation. I am going to get a little bit technical here. Don't worry, we have a white paper that is in our support portal that you can download and read. But this is effectively a chat about dealing with the third angle. So with our angles 1, 2, 3, our Datamine rotation that we use by default is 3, 1, 3. As geologists, we tend to reference these angles as true dip direction, true dip and pitch, not plunge. So when you're writing in a support ticket about this, if you're using plunge, not judging you that much, but we would like you to use pitch. So structurally, plunge is the direction taken from an inclination of a line and it's measured downwards, whereas pitch is measured taken on the dip plane. That's the terminology that we're using, and D by default, because you are Datamine users, that's what you guys are using. The true dip direction and true dip we typically generate from wireframes. However, pitch we will typically get from a variogram if you're running an OK estimation. Now, people fall under the assumption that pitch is handled dynamically in the software in the past. Not you guys, obviously, in the room. Just to emphasize, it is not dynamic. This is a fixed value, and it's something to be really mindful here when you are setting up your estimation. Now, for a deposit, well, if you've got a wireframe and there is a soft undulation, using DA, everything's fine, like nothing to worry about. However, if the wireframe starts to fold in on itself, so it really starts to bend, that pitch value is no longer valid after that inflection point. So before RM 2.1, we found that this caused the rotation of the ellipse, so if it was going this way, to flip to the other direction, so like a mirror effect. To correct, you either need to add 90 or subtract 90 for the pitch to be correct on that inflection point change. Now, Studio 2.1, this pitch correction has been coded in the software, so it's done for you. Hence why this version is actually really good. So we've built this pitch correction in the following 2 processes. An ISOM. So we've updated an ISOM, and now there is an input field, so the process now takes the third angle from the variogram or search volume parameter. So when processing the data, it factors all 3 angles supplied and will correct the pitch value if required, and the output of the pitch news will be in the files that spat out, so you can use that to validate by using our new tool, DA ellipse. And the same thing with CodeCreek. So if you're doing a DA estimation and you're taking the third angle from the variogram, in the fields parameter, you can select the pitch news as an output. And then same thing, you want to validate it with DA alerts. All right, we're going to move on and talk a little bit about integration. For those who have not heard about Studio RM Pro, it's a bundle that we're selling, and it's a combination of Studio RM, Supervisor, and a Status Neo. Sometimes, obviously, transferring between products can be and is extremely frustrating and tedious. It's an age-old problem. I've no doubt everyone in this room has a war story about it. You're probably in a battle with it now, who knows? Luckily for us, Datamine went on an aggressive, a really aggressive rampage and brought out our competitors. So now we're the best of friends. So to ensure file integration between these products have improved, especially with this bundle as they're considered complementary packages. So really the holy trinity of integration is at work in this bundle here. If you are using any of these software packages in tandem, I'm sure you are reaping the rewards. Next is a few tips and tricks. If you don't know already, there's a nice little hotkey here for fast interrogation of weighted grades between multiple drill holes, so it's ED. When you use this, you flick on Show Averages, the function that's there, and it allows you to quickly get the weighted average between values between multiple holes. Really useful when you want to thumbsuck grade over the last 3 channels, like drill holes in the area. So just to select the samples and you've got it. Another nice little tip and trick is our dynamic clipping. So each object can be taken off the global clip, useful for scenarios like underground or open pit. You might be looking at a heading, you might want to clip the development, but you might want to see all the drill holes. You can do that the other way around. Lots of ways to use this. All you have to do is just load the object in the view, right click in the Sheets tab, go down the menu and click Apply Clipping, and off you go. So yeah, pretty cool. This is where you go, woo, wow, amazing, DevOps is so cool. So what's new? So here's a few things future us get to look forward to, besides, the cost of interest rates, rent, global warming, all that fun stuff. We've got improvements on the drill hole importer, so surface validations with topography, smarter importing. Also, it's going to be built to handle bigger data. New project data bar, easy to find and manage your files. DA with improved features to deal with flat-lying ore bodies. Unfolding will be included in Concrete. Python's going to be included as an accessible scripting language. Graphics rendering to improve viewing 3D data. And ISOWang is going to be upgraded to have batch capacity, and we're also going to make sure that we can import Mindscape models because we love to talk to each other under the Datamine umbrella. So thank you for listening. If you want more information, come find us in person. If you're a little bit shy, just shoot us an email in support. And as always, we are always happy to help. And remember, help us help you upgrade. And that's us for today.
Generally, always with the new version, we get some bugs. Like a site reported to me that their macros are not running with 2.1 and still they're using only 2.0. So how we are going with the bug fixing with the new version?
Oh, we are always fixing. That one we know about. There is a workaround where you have to change the stack number down and it will work, but it's been flagged. And in 2.2, which will be released in like 2 months, I've been told that's not a problem.